They told you to open up. They told you to share more. They said, be real, be honest, let people in. But what they didn't tell you is that the moment you start revealing your life, you start losing control of it. You want to know why your peace feels shaken, why your plans get ruined before they even begin, why the people closest to you suddenly feel like strangers. It's not random, it's not bad luck. It's because you've been handing your personal life to people who were never built to carry it. You keep talking, hoping someone will understand you, support you, protect you, but here's the raw truth: most people aren't listening to help. They're listening to use. This isn't just about privacy. This is about power, about control, about freedom. Because when you stay silent, you stay dangerous. When they don't know what you're doing, they can't stop it. When they don't see the process, they can't predict the outcome. You want peace, stop sharing. You want growth, protect your space. You want to finally feel like your life is your own, then sit tight. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to hear the one message nobody told you, but everybody needed to hear. And once you hear it, once it clicks, you won't see your relationships, your choices, or your silence the same ever again. Stay with me until the end. What you're about to hear might just be the most important decision you make for your future. You ever notice how people treat what they know about you like currency? Like the more they know, the more they feel they own a part of you. That's because knowledge of your personal life gives people access. Access to your thought patterns, your insecurities, your emotional habits. And once they have that access, they can either guard it or weaponize it. But here's the issue: most people aren't equipped to guard it. Not because they're evil or malicious by default, but because most people operate from their own trauma, jealousy, ego, and limitations. So when you share your personal life openly, what you're really doing is giving them a loaded gun and trusting they'll never pull the trigger. You're placing your peace in hands that were never trained to handle it with care. And in a world where everyone's broadcasting their life online, keeping things private looks strange. People assume you're hiding something. They think if you're silent, you must be distant, cold, or arrogant. But maybe you're just being wise. Maybe you're choosing to build in silence because the noise outside keeps ruining your foundation. The truth is, your privacy isn't just about being secret. If it's about being strategic. When no one knows your next move, no one can block it. When no one knows what's hurting you, no one can exploit it. Privacy keeps your focus sharp, your intentions clean, and your energy contained. People say pressure makes diamonds, but they forget that diamonds are formed underground, far away from eyes, opinions, and expectations. There's a reason transformation happens in the dark. Because light, when it's filled with judgment and noise, can blind you, distract you, derail you. So protect your internal world like it's sacred, because it is. You're not being distant, you're being deliberate. You're not being antisocial, you're being intentional. And if someone can't respect your silence, they were never meant to hear your story in the first place. Privacy is power. It gives you the freedom to fail without ridicule, to grow without pressure, to heal without interference. And that kind of freedom, it's rare. In a culture obsessed with oversharing, guarding your peace is rebellion. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. So stop giving people access they haven't earned. Stop offering your sacred to the unqualified. Move in silence. Protect your inner world, because when you finally do speak, let it be through results unapologetic, undeniable, and untouchable. The quieter you become, the more unstoppable you grow. You assume people are safe just because they smile at you, just because they nod while you speak, just because they say, "I'm here for you." But you need to understand listening doesn't always mean loyalty. Sometimes people don't listen to support you. They listen to study you, to analyze, to collect data. And when the moment is right, they'll use it, Not always loudly, not always directly. Sometimes it's in whispers. Sometimes it's in subtle sabotage, but the outcome is the same. Your vulnerability becomes their leverage. You told them about your breakup. Now it's being passed around like a story at lunch. You told them about your goals. Now they're laughing behind your back, calling it unrealistic. You trusted them with your fears, and now they're framing them as weaknesses to others. See, this isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. You've seen it happen before. You just keep giving people the benefit of the doubt because you want connection more than you want protection. But here's what you need to hear. Not everyone deserves access to your heart just because they're standing close to it. And you know what's worse. Sometimes the betrayal doesn't come from strangers. It comes from people you've loved for years. Family, friends, partners, the ones you never thought would switch up, because comfort blinds you. Familiarity makes you assume loyalty is permanent. But people change, and when you give too much of yourself to someone who's not evolving with you, they'll start resenting your growth. They'll start twisting your truth. They'll start using your honesty as ammunition. So when I say be careful who you share your personal life with, I don't mean shut everyone out of your world. I mean start qualifying who enters it. Start paying attention to patterns. Does this person protect your name when you're not around? Do they celebrate you without competition? Do they sit with your pain without needing to center themselves in it? Most people aren't bad, but most people are broken. And broken people sometimes break what they don't understand, especially when it threatens the comfort of their own limited reality. You've got to stop bleeding in front of those who will only photograph your wounds. Stop offering your truth to those who treat it like entertainment. Your personal life isn't a story for the group chat. It's not a reel for someone else's drama. It's your sanctuary. Treat it like one. And if someone truly respects you, you won't have to tell them what's sacred, they'll feel it. They'll handle your transparency like glass, with both hands, both eyes, and full awareness that one careless move could shatter something irreplaceable. So be slow to speak, be selective with access, watch more than you explain, because in a world full of listeners, what you really need is discernment. Not every ear deserves your truth. Some ears are just doors to mouths that were never meant to speak your story. Everybody wants to be seen. That's human nature. We crave recognition. We want someone to look at our progress and say, "You're doing great." But let me challenge that. What if being seen too early is the very thing that's stunting your growth? What if your need to be noticed is killing the depth of your potential? See, when you constantly share your dreams, your plans, your progress with the world, you create an illusion of movement. You start mistaking applause for achievement, but the claps don't build the foundation. The likes don't lay the bricks. The praise doesn't push you through when it's 2 a.m. and you're questioning everything. That work happens in silence, in solitude, in discipline, when nobody's watching. We've been conditioned to think that visibility equals value, that the more people know about what we're doing, the more real it becomes. But that's false security. Because once your life becomes a performance, you're no longer living it, you're curating it, and every move you make starts to depend on how it will look, not how it will feel. You lose authenticity, you lose direction, you lose the hunger. Let me say something you won't hear often. Not everything you're building right now is meant to be seen. Some of your best work is going to happen in the dark. Some of your most important growth is going to feel invisible. But that doesn't mean it's meaningless. That means it's real. Trees don't grow from leaves. They grow from roots. Hidden, quiet, steady. When you keep your personal life, your goals, your next steps private, you protect that process. You give yourself space to fail without ridicule, to pivot without pressure, to evolve without being boxed into someone else's version of who you're supposed to be. And when the time is right, when the foundation is strong, then you can show the world what you've become. Not for validation, but for confirmation of the work you've already done in silence. And here's the beauty of it: when you succeed quietly, you shock loudly. No one can sabotage what they never saw coming. No one can block what they never even knew was being built. You rob their doubt of a target. You strip their judgment of power. So stop broadcasting your every move. Let your actions echo louder than your announcements. Let your progress speak for itself. You don't need to post it to prove it. You don't need to share it to validate it. In a world obsessed with noise, silence is your competitive advantage. Make moves in silence. Let success be your only statement.